Trey Lance, according to my numbers, was 23 of 33 2 days against the Vikings defense. That's right around 70% completions. It's just practice. But when he was down in the 50s the first couple of weeks of practice, Niner fans were really worried. And some people said, well, is it possible that the Niners defense is just really good, especially these corners? And people are like, oh, your excuses. Well, maybe that's the reason, because all of a sudden he's completing a very high percentage of his throws.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's a lot going on there. Like initially, he's in his own camp going against the Niners defense, which is probably the superior defense over the Vikings. Second thing is he's pushing it. He's at home on 49ers training camp. He's pushing it, trying to test what he can do, what he can't do. In the Vikings camp, it's a lot of check downs and taking what the defense gives him. So naturally, when you're pushing it and you're stretching the field, your completion percentage is going to be lower than if you're just taking what's given to you when you're going against another team, just trying not to, turn the ball over. So, I mean, you're just seeing what would happen with any quarterback. If they're pushing it down the field, their completion percentage is going to go down. If they're taking what the defense gives them, it's going to go up. I think Trey Lance, from what I've seen, everything I've seen from Trey Lance, everything I've heard, I was a little concerned early off because I know this is his first year taking the reins, but I have never been more relaxed. He's on the bottom of the list of my concerns this year going into the season, even though he is unproven. What he's shown is that he has everything, all the intangibles to be great. He's really calm. One thing that I think is very untalked about that you see in the preseason games is he's going through his progressions, right? It's not like Kaepernick where they have to just take half the field for him. He's scanning the whole entire field. That's what I was really looking for in that first preseason game, and I saw it. Like, he's first progression, second, third. He's scanning the whole field. That's huge, man. I'm really not worried about this guy. The statistics, completion percentages don't concern me too much in practice either. It's about what he does in the games. And, does he look like he's ready for this? And to me, he does.
Yeah. I mean, when the completion percentage was low early in camp, people were basically saying, like, the offense can't function like this. But that was when there was no, move the ball periods, and it was all scripted. And you don't know what Kyle was trying to accomplish with those plays. Who was he trying to evaluate? What were you trying to do? I mean, he wasn't trying to move the ball down the field. And when they've done the move the ball period stuff, it's been documented. His completion percentage this offseason is in the mid-60s. And in the preseason game, it was 4 for 5. And over in Minneapolis, that was only move the ball stuff. It was all situational. It was no scripted stuff. He was completed 70% of his throws. So I'm not saying, it doesn't mean he's not inaccurate. He's not Drew Brees all of a sudden, but the offense is going to function just fine. It's not like going to just be broke. He's not Tim Tebow. It's not going to be broken. Kyle's going to be able to find plenty of easy completions for him like he did for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, that was the thing for me, really going into this, is I didn't know, is he Tim Tebow? That's what I was, who knows going into this? I really didn't know. So it's great you brought him up. Is he Colin Kaepernick, where he's more of a runner, with a cannon? I really didn't know. And so after seeing him in practice, after seeing him in the preseason game, he put all those worries to rest for me. So I'm really excited. Obviously, he's going to have ups and downs this season. I'm expecting, good games, bad throws. But he looks like a really competent quarterback, and I'm excited about him. He's not one of my worries anymore.
There's something he does that I think is pretty rare. It's like, you'd think more quarterbacks do it, but it's a violent, fast game, and it only slows down for so many. But his tendency to break the pocket and look to throw.
Yeah,
not that many guys do that. I mean, Kaepernick didn't do it. He was looking to run. And even Lamar Jackson, to me, a lot of the time is looking to run, which is great, but the big plays coming from your arms, not your legs, if you can make it happen. And the guys who do that were Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Trey. And that's one of the things Josh Allen. It's one of the things I really like about him.
Significant. It really is. Those are some of the things that we didn't know for sure. I mean, we saw a little bit of it last year against the Texans. And he looked good in the second half of that game, but he's grown so much compared to that game to what I saw in the preseason and what we're seeing in practice from him. It's like night and day. So I'm really excited about him. I don't have any worries about Trey Lance. Of course, there's certain things we still don't know, but as far as him being a competent quarterback, he's not Tim Tebow. He's a legit quarterback, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this year.
Papa Shambhala is now a member. He says I'm the best reporter on YouTube for the Niners. So thank you. I appreciate that. You're right. JCK 510 says, Grant, after seeing Lance improve recently on the move the ball period, do you feel differently about your win-loss prediction? No. Another story out of camp these last 2 days was how many times he got sacked. It's not a big deal because he didn't get hit, but he got sacked a lot, especially that first day. So, look, if McGlinchey is going to play all 17 games, that'd be great. But right now, Colton McKivitz, this offensive line right now is basically Trent Williams and like 4 guards. One's going to play center, one's going to play tackle, and they haven't figured out. I mean, I don't know.
I don't understand why Mills doesn't get any looks.
Me neither.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, maybe in running the ball, he's not the best run blocker, but pass protection, from what I've seen, that guy's like immovable. He's kind of like Poe in that regard.
I like him a lot.